Holy crap, guys. I am bringing you some CardFight Vanguard. Yes, I know it's not normally what I post, but I have nothing better to do. So I am posting CardFight Vanguard, which is played on CardFight area. I am using my awesome clan, the Neo-nectars, because they're so underrated that everybody hates them because they're the weakest apparently, and so I use them. Keep in mind, I am a total novice when it comes to this stupid program, so I am going to make some serious misplays. And you'll see in the chat and stuff, so it's not going to be completely blind. See, right there, I accidentally tried to heal because I wasn't paying attention. And obviously I can't heal when they have more damage than me, so yeah. Why does it say I have 0 attack? Hello? I'm supposed to have 10,000 attack, but yeah, apparently I have 0. So he attacks, and I'm like, no, I guard. And I'm like, or he guards, actually, what am I doing? But yeah, I'm attacking, so there we go, 15,000. And then he takes the damage, and then draws a card. That is indeed a draw trigger. And then I use my ability, throw down some Gene of Leaves. And his turn comes along, and then he's going to play some cards, so he goes into another Celestial. Because his Angel Feathers are just so beat sticky. He pops a damage in there, and then pops one from there, and there, and there, and then, yeah. And then he's going to bust me for a lot of damage. Once again, I screw up, because I don't know how much attack that thing actually has. So yeah, since he doesn't change the attack on his monsters, I don't know how much they have, which is why I keep underguarding. So there you go, I fixed it with the correct guard, and now he was able to do it. So this I obviously know I can't take, so I'm just going to no-guard it, and he gets a critical hold, so it's just like, ah, and I take 2 damage. None of them are triggers, because yeah, I'm bad at this game, and I can't get lucky for the life of me. And then, yeah, I take another crit, so, yeah. So I'm at 5 damage, and how the heck am I turning this around? Well, he does have 4 damage, so I'm going to have to put everything into this turn right here. Everything into this turn right here. So I'm about to switch my rear guard for another Gene, thinking that I have my freaking Separate out, but I don't have Separate out. I have this thing. So once again, it's another misplay, so my monster, I'm going to get yelled at, and this was so embarrassing. I'm just like, oh my god, I am so sorry. So yeah, as you see, I'm thinking that I have Separate out, so I'm telling him I have a limit break, and I'm just like, oh crap, I don't have a limit break. And then he laughs at me, which is like, cry. So he takes the damage from that, and then I'm going to, of course, put my monsters or units back at their correct attack, and then I'm going to draw drive trigger checks, and then get a couple more cards. And that draw trigger was a really good thing because it actually gave me enough cards to like do some shit. So it's his turn again, and now I'm like, if I don't survive this turn, I'm screwed. So he's going to play some cards and get more power because more power is fun. And if I absolutely have to guard with all my hope. So yeah, I'm calculating how much he has just to make sure. I drop the guard, which is perfect, and then I drop the perfect guard so that his Vanguard can't get through, knowing that thing has like over 30,000 right now. And that thing attacks me, and here I screwed up again, because I think that's enough to counter it, because it's supposed to be like, you know, 21 and then 26,000, which I thought it was only 21,000. But apparently it's not enough, because it got a boost from somewhere. I don't know what boosted it, but apparently it gets a 12,000 boost, so yeah, I needed another rear guard. Hessel drills. Who's Hessel drill? You. Oh, okay, I get it now. That's where the extra power came from. So, yeah, I survived that turn, but now he has to block all my attacks, and I just got 2 critical triggers. Everything went to my Separate, and things just went down. He loses the game. That is how it's done. GG, GG, GG. Awesome stuff. So that has been game 1. I will move on to game 2. Alright, so now we got game 2. Neo-nectar versus Genesis. This game was a little more cruel, but not really because it was kind of unfair. So we're going to flip the coins. It lands on the head, so I go first apparently, and then I ride, of course, my Branch Dragon, who gets his effect and lets me search my deck for, you know, that one. Then, of course, I play Popcorn down because, yeah, awesome, in case I draw the second dragon. But I don't draw the second dragon, and I take a hit. But I guard it because I might as well. I'm not going to lose anything off of it. Then I ride into Speed's Dragon, of course, and then play out another Vanguard, or play out another rear guard just to get a hit in, which he does go through. So I get 2 free damage, which is awesome. Oh well, 1 free damage because he just like triple guarded, which actually this play was completely illegal. I just let him do it because it, you know, is in my favor. Because you can't guard with things that are a higher grade than that thing. So yeah. So I just guard his attack easy, because apparently he has no grade 1s, which I'm going to check and see if his hand is. I can't seem to check his hand. I should be able to check his hand, but I just can't seem to do it. But yeah, he has 2 grade 3s here, I can see that for sure. And that's a grade 0. I don't know what these other 2 cards are, though. They're really cute. So I draw a couple more for my Sephiroth, and yeah, things are just going down. He finally got a rank 1, which is like, yay, he got a rank 1, and he's like, I attack. But it's like not even close to being enough power, because all I had to do was drop 1 card. But I'm just like, at this point, I just take the damage, it doesn't matter. Also, at this point, I was using my first build of Neo-nectars, where I used Ouroboros dragons instead of Blossoming Flower Girl. And I also didn't have draw triggers in this deck. Instead, I had critical triggers, which wasn't good as draw triggers. Draw triggers were really good. So I just pretty much finish him off within this turn because, yeah, I'm going to easily guard off this attack. It's not even a threat. So, yeah, I just take the damage, and I'm like, yeah, good game. He can't block this. He really can't. I move my card back, and I go into Glass Beads just to get a draw off, and boom, he guard my hit, go for my second hit, he takes the damage. And that's the game. Second game. Alright, now we got game 3. My Neo-nectars versus Great Nature. So we just do our reshuffling stuff that I always have to do because my hand is always unbalanced for some reason before I shuffle back in, then I get a perfect hand again, so it's like, yay! So he flips on tails, so I do go first, which is a pretty good trend. I always get heads or tails right for some reason, but I can't win rock, paper, scissors. So he gets the first attack, and I take a few damage, but it's whatever. I mean, I could probably block that, but I just like no. So I got 2 rear guard, I got Glass Beads Dragon and a couple Ouroboros Dragons, which is great. So I put in some damage, and then he guards the last one, which I get my draw trigger, which lets me draw onto Ouroboros Dragon and Branch, which I could have used like last turn, but no, whatever. So he attacks me, and I'm like, whatever, I'll take the damage. So I draw into another card. It is awesome, because it's Caramel Popcorn. I write down my grade 3 Sephiroth, which is awesome. Yes, I call it Sephiroth after freaking Final Fantasy VII, because it ends games with massive power. That's why I call it Sephiroth. So yeah, I play the Ouroboros, and then I attack into his monster, which is only Binoculus Tiger. And he has that cute thing back there, which is whatever. And then he attacks me, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, no, skill of grade 2, and then whatever. Alright, so, no guard. I guard with that, though, so yeah, whatever. Alright, so he gets a... Yeah, I barely, like, shrugging this off. Apparently I can't heal because, you know, at this point I actually didn't know about the can't heal rule. Because I honestly thought I could heal whenever I got a heal trigger, but then it's like, yeah, see this? Is that a rule? My bad. So I just accepted it. And the next time that happens, I just had to look it up. I'm like, really? So I guard like crazy trying to get this over. I probably overguarded, but you know what? I was too dumbfounded by the healing thing. Judging by his hand, I had no chance. He has so many guards in that hand, it's ridiculous. My limit break goes off, so everything gets 3,000 power. Caramel Popcorn, just the limit breaks over 4. I am just trying to guard as hard as possible. I mean, I'm trying to go for as hard as an offense as possible just to get over this. So he takes the first damage, but then I swing for a bigger hit. It's like 11,000 go. I get a heal trigger, and I still can't heal, so he yells at me again. I try to show him the heal trigger, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'm looking this up. So I quick looked it up, and I realized, well, crap, he's right. So, unfortunately, yes, I put the damage back. And that was that. Then he counter blasts. Oh yeah, I had to put my counter blast back. I don't even know what's going on at this point. I really don't. I think I just lost, and I'm just like, I'm going to keep taking all these hits because I don't know what I'm doing. And my hand is almost at 0, and look at his hand. I literally had no chance at this point. My Neo-nectars were getting destroyed. Which is really sad because, you know, I love Neo-nectars so much. I just want them to win. There. So I got my power boost and I attack and I'm like, whee! So he guards. At this point, yeah, he's just guarding like crazy because he can get away with it. And then he uses all 3 on that attack, which is just like, oh my god. What is that? With the ducktail. I don't know what skill he's doing that to. Oh, I think he's used his Vanguard skill on that, which raised its skill by way too much, and then, yeah. And then I lost because I can't take a hit, so. That was the end of that one, which was bad because, you know, I suck at this. And I would go to the last game, I think. And last game, it is my Neo-nectars versus Link Joker. I don't know why it says use 6 triggers. I don't know if my opponent's like a complete noob and only has 6 triggers in their deck, or what. But yeah, that's what's going down, so. I start off with my awesome card, Arbros Dragon Branch. And then he's like, just saying your turn, and it's okay, but yeah, I had my turn, so yeah. Because apparently he doesn't know how to read this thingy over here that says end my turn. So he attacks me with his Link Jokers, and I'm like, guard. Because I don't want my stuff to be hit, because, you know, stuff. Although, technically, I could have took that first attack and not even care. So then, why'd you stand? I'm like, to have time, but okay. I don't get that. I really don't get that. He wasn't supposed to stand. So I go into King Knight of the Young Lives, and it's just really upsetting, because that was my best ride. And then I get a draw trigger there, or stand trigger rather, which means I did attack backwards. I was supposed to attack with him first, but honestly it doesn't matter in the end. So then I get another damage in. His damage is just ranking. Hello? His damage is just ranking up right now. He rides that great too. At a random ability, I'm like, oh wow, I do not want to get hit by that. So I immediately thought that's the only card I really have to guard here. So I'm just like, drop the perfect guard and go on with it. So, yeah. No, I didn't drop the perfect guard, actually. I dropped the regular guard. Okay. So I dropped the Watering Elf, and, then he asked me if I copied a deck recipe, and I'm like, hell no, I made this shit. And then he asked me how many grade 0s and 1s you should have in a deck, and I'm like, you should have that many grade 1s and 0s. So he attacks while I'm typing, and it's just like, yeah, there you go. So then I call Sephiroth to the board, and things start to really get hectic, because then I can call Branch and get a power boost, and then I'm going to swing with Jean, which is cool, because Jean's going to be no guarding, and then, yeah, Jean gets its effect, which puts down the bigger one in that. And he's like, what skill? And I'm like, did you not read my card? So it goes back into the deck, and I call him in rest, which is an awesome skill. I really like Jean's skill. And then, of course, I attack on my Vanguard, so I draw into 2 of those, and I got a draw trigger, so more cards to me. See why I like draw triggers? They're free cards! I like draw triggers. They may not give you enough points in defense, but they give you another card anyway, so it's just like getting back the defense you lost. Unless you draw a grade 3, then you don't. But yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, then he's got that huge freaking board on the field, and at this point he's trying to figure out how to raise his attack. Yeah, so I'm just like, you type the space bar and do it. So yeah, I'm just trying to teach this guy how to activate his ability, but he just can't find out where the space bar is on the keyboard. Hello? Do that. Hit spacebar. Yeah, like that. So now he attacks for 25,000. I'm like, no, just guard it. I didn't even care. I was just like, went through all that just to perfect guard his attack. So then he draws into 2 more cards, which is like, whatever. And then he attacks me with this thing. I can't even read that thing's effect. Do you see how massive that thing's effect is? I can't read it. I can't even scroll down. So I'm like, I can't read that thing's effect. He's like, I can attack with a dragon. And I'm like, what? That definitely can't be what it says. Sorry, not good enough. Oh yeah, I forgot why I put that. Oh yeah, I tried to guard, but then I realized, wait, my attack is lower. I just put that back in my hand, and then yeah, I no guard it. And then I just take the damage. So then I go into my second Sephiroth, and at this point it's just like, oh my god, I have so much raw power on my board. So I'm like, it's back to 1k, so there you go, it's back to 10k, and then yeah. And then he's wrong about that, you can only get it once when you place it on the Vanguard circle. So then he guards my first one, I'm like, whatever. And then he guards my second one, and I'm like, whatever. They're like, you have to discard for the perfect guard. Thank you. And then I get a critical trigger and a draw trigger, so I automatically got, like, massive defenses in case his attack fails. But of course, my attack won't fail because it's a 20,000 beater and he has no guards. So he just took another damage. I don't know why he's doing all that drawing instead of a drive trigger, but yeah. So that's the end of that game, and he's like, rematch, and I'm like, only if you can find me again. So that is the end of this Vanguard fight. It was pretty fun. I really like this program. It's actually made decently well once you figure out the controls. And it's really easy to find matches. So, Vanguard area is pretty freaking awesome. And Neo-nectars are not to be underestimated. They will destroy you if you're not careful. So, yep, there you go. My Neo-nectar deck in action. This is being Gleam Digipal 3, aka... Wow, I just said my names. What am I doing? Hello? Oh gosh, I am sorry. I'm sly, I'm slick, I'm colorful. Gleam the tri-tailed fox on a roll.